Yeah, okay, I'm back. Bobbymoretti, surviving sports picks, SSP to some. Listen, so the descriptions, again, I got a PayPal down there. I got a Venmo and a Cash App. So, you know, it's there because at some point, like I said, I want to go do live streams where the super chat will give us another avenue to discuss games and be able to break down some games. I want to do, you know, uh, and if people feel that they want to contribute to my channel, that's great, man. It's up to you. It's I'm not begging. I'm not going to talk like this much more about money and begging, but I just want everybody to know that we all need money to survive, so if anybody feels over time that they're winning some money, and they want to throw me something in the those descriptions in the description with the Cash App and the Venmo and the PayPal, that's totally up to you guys. But anyway, uh, I just want to let you know that I'm gonna. Well, first off, I want to talk about uh, the situation with the games that I play every day. Listen, ultimately, you guys got to pick your games. I mean, I don't expect you to sit there every day and take notes, but you got to understand. I got a method to my madness. You have to start to understand a pattern with me. Like this year, for example, we had, you know, you saw I was riding teams like Akron, and there were teams like St. Louis and Duquesne, and obviously Dayton. I mean, that conference was loaded. You had VCU in there, Rhode Island. There's a pattern to my madness with these lock picks and these max picks. You gotta start to understand. A lot of guys um, stray away from that. They go right back to where these elites, these power players, Vegas, they want you to be in the NFL. They want you to be in these main sports. I try to tell you guys all the time that any good gambler knows that the money is in college. I'm just going to tell you, bro, the hanging fruit that I always talk about is in college, okay? And the bookies know that. And what you got to do is you got to try to find somebody that you can trust, a book that you could trust, like I do, and you have to throw them a couple NFL games, because I've already saw many guys talk about how they get cut off from winning. If I'm dynamite with college sports, because I know the money's there, and so what they'll do is they'll cut you off. And that's why you have to go back and throw them some NFL games, even though, let me tell you, in every sport, every night, there is what I call hanging fruit. Every NFL Sunday, there is at least one or two games there that is literally hanging fruit. They're give-me's, they're locks, in my opinion. And I see those games. That's my gift, okay? And then I'll go on Discord and I'll see guys talking about games that I try to also throw out there that you have to stay away from. There's always, on the flip side, games that you just don't want to touch. The Falcons against, I don't know, the Falcons against, I don't know, I'm losing my train of thought here. I don't know, for that day, the Falcons and another bottom of the barrel team, Bengals. You know what I'm saying? And you just don't want to play. And I get a chuckle out of it, because that's a game that on that particular Sunday you don't even want to go near, you know. But you got to throw those bookies back a couple NFL games, because you might lose a few once in a while, but they're not gonna take that college away from you, and that's where the majority of the fruit is. I mean, there are games in the NBA every night that I actually think the NBA is a little easier than I originally thought. Hockey seems to be a balanced league. I think they make their money on hockey. I love hockey. I was talking about it before, but I got away from what I was trying to say. With my father with the Garden up to his knee, bringing me down to the Garden to watch Ranger and Nick sports down there. But my point is, hockey, I love hockey, and I stuck with it. But I was talking about my percentages on all the leagues. You know, I was on top of hockey big time, but it's tricky, man. Games that I thought, I mean, I ended up getting up over 25 games over 500, and I didn't quit. But there's games there too. But you gotta follow it. I follow this day in and day out, fellas. I'm on this. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, I'm just trying to tell you. And what I'm getting at is not only about the fruit and the college, and there always being fruit there with these other leagues every day. Every good gambler has to find somebody they can trust. And I'm your guy. I'm just telling you that. Whether you have to find out over time if I'm a trustworthy guy or not, or you go to to the Discord and you talk to guys on there that have been with me for a while, or you go to my Instagram and there's testimonials posted there with guys speaking nice about me, and I appreciate that kind of stuff. You gotta find somebody you could trust. And I'm not gonna win them all. I don't win them all. But you don't know what I play every night, and I'm not saying that to you guys in general. I'm just saying overall. And I don't know what everybody else plays. You understand what I mean? And that's what I'm getting at with posting a game that, to me, you know, minus 200. It might just, the way that league is going, and I'm looking at that league day in and day out over time. Philadelphia, for example, I'm telling you, fellas, before this blackout, Philadelphia 76ers were making a run. I had the Sixers before the beginning of the year that might make the finals. Okay, I thought it was LeBron's year. I thought LeBron was definitely winning it. That's why, if you paid attention to my games, you saw me with that Clipper game there down the stretch and other games. They just weren't going to lose those games. You just have to pay attention to the pattern. Scheduling is big. I'm going to get into it in my next video about scheduling with baseball and pitchers and no decisions and losing two, and a guy like Strasburg might lose two, and you know on that particular night they're playing somebody, and you just know that Strasburg's going to get the win. They're at home, or maybe even on the road. But you know what I'm saying? There's a pattern. There's an ebb and flow. Okay, and you got to find somebody you can trust. And getting back to my picks, you gotta siphon my picks. I ain't telling you to tail every one of my picks. I ain't telling you that you ain't right and I'm wrong. You got to siphon my picks. You got to understand what's going on day to day, and you got to pick your picks. I'm not going to win them all, but I'm telling you right now, there's nobody out there that day to day paying attention to what's going on is giving out more winners than me. I give out a lot of plays every day, and I win, and it's just a fact. And it's not an ego. There's no ego here. It's a gift that I have, and I'm trying to pass that gift along. And for a couple cups of coffee a month, I think it's well worth it. You could win your subscription back in one night, you know. And I talked about the mid-majors, and I talked about the small schools, and I know all these leagues in all these sports. And so, you know, I feel I'm a guy that could help you. So, but you're going to have to find that out for yourself. There's other guys out there. Go for it, bro. You know, guys are doing some decent work. I just don't think that there's a lot of guys out there that really are cut from the same cloth that I'm cut from, and understand. It's hard to explain, but they just don't. I don't think they see sports like I see it, and that I can't say it any other way. So I'm going to cut this video here and come back in a few minutes. Appreciate you.